before I do that, just in case you guys are wondering, I just want to highlight the people that gained the most overall and made the most improvements during the offseason. So let's go through that right now. Just highlight some people. So this guy here, my quarterback, Glenn Burden, he was an 84 overall. Now he's an 87. He didn't really gain anything as far as badges, but he went up 3 overall. So I'm happy to see that. Dalton, he was an 81 overall. He went up by 3. These two guys are my 5-star running backs that I got in. Major Sims, he went up by 3, and Griffin, he only went up by 2. And these are my two 5-stars. Well, this is a 5-star, and this is a 4-star that I just brought in. He's going to be amazing. He's going to be really amazing. So watch out for him. This guy here, he was a 68 overall, and now he's a 76. So I'm glad to have him. He's a center that I converted to fullback, and as you can see, he's going to be very good. Cam, he didn't go up at all. Bryce Kane, he went up by 6, so that's great. Who else jumped up a lot? He went up by 5. Great to see. He didn't go up at all. Naylor, he went up by 5 because he was a 77. He didn't go up at all, and that's kind of disappointing because he was my only 5-star receiver last year. So it's yeah, actually no, he went up by 1, but he still didn't go up by as much as I thought he would. And then these are my freshmen. Let's see, anybody else that was really significant? Oh yeah, this guy. He was a 77 overall, so he went up by 9. So I'm happy to see that. That's a very big jump. This guy here, Jake Wade, he was a 75 overall, jumped up by 9. He already had gold strong grip, but that's a very big jump. I'm happy for those guys. Taylor, he was a 79. He went up by 5, so that's great to see. Who else made a very big jump? These are my these are my two 5-star right-ends that I got in that I brought in last year. I think he was actually the lower overall. He was like a 78, and Shaw was a 79. So he went up by 5, and Shaw went up by 3. They should both be some studs. Let's see. Fenderson, he was a 78 overall, so he went up by 5. That's great. Oh yeah, Mr. Barber, my best defensive player last year as far as sacks. He was a 90 overall at the end of last year, and after offseason training, he's up to a 94. So that's really great. And Phillips, he was an 89, so he went up by 4 as well. Demonte, he went up by 5. Who else went up a lot? Demarcus Riddick, he was an 87, so he went up by 6. That's what I'm talking about. Valenzuela, he ended the season as an 86, so he went up by 3. Desmond Mays, he was a 75, so he went up by 6. So I'm happy to see that. Who else improved a lot? Oh yeah, Mr. Kashama, yes sir, he was an 80 overall. He went up by 8. That's really good. Stamps, he was an 81 overall, so he went up by 6. So I'm not as worried about the corner spot as I was before offseason training. We're going to be just as good at corner as we were last year, so I'm happy about that. These are my two 4-star gems that I brought in. They were both 77 overall. So Charari went up by 6, and Aragon went up by 5. So as long as they keep improving like that, they're gonna be some stars, man. And this is my 5-star I brought in, and this is the 4-star I brought in. So my first 5-star corner, 79 overall already. Mr. DeMarco, he was a 75 overall. He jumped up by 6. Glad to see that. He was a middle linebacker, but I made him a free safety. Glad he's improving. Sammy Brown, unfortunately, didn't go up at all, but he's already one of my best defensive players, so it really doesn't matter that much. Hopefully, he improves during the season by 1 or 2 overall. Mr. Stokes, he ended the season at 85, and now he's an 87, so that's great. Already pretty high rated to be a sophomore, so he went up by 2. And Pena, he was a 75 overall, and now he's an 84 after offseason training, and that's really it. So just wanted to take y'all through that. Now let's get to the board. Let's see where we at. Wow, he committed to Georgia already? Wow, he must have really wanted to go. Okay, well, all right. Still not on his list. We may put hours into him to see if we can get on his list. We'll see, but let's see. First for him, second for him, not on his list at all. So we may forget about this guy. First here, first for him, not on his list at all. First, 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 first. Okay, wonderful. Dang, remove him. We're locked out. We're looking all right. So let's put some hours in. We'll just sit in the house. And then this guy, since we're first on his list, we'll max out the hours. Second for this wide receiver, we'll sit in the house. Not on his board at all. So we'll do 25, 10, and 5. And if we're not on his board after next week, then I'll just leave him alone. Push those hours somewhere else. First for this power rusher, sit in the house. First for him, so we will send the house in the house again. Mr. Verrett, we'll go 25 and 5. And if we're not on his board next week, we'll leave it alone. Peppers, top of his board. We'll send the house for him because I like having middle linebackers, whether it's pass coverage or run stopper. So we'll send the house. This center, first on his board, we'll go 25 and 5 for this center. All right, next Boozer, first on his board, run stopper, number 2 recruit in the nation. We'll send the house for him. Next, this left tackle, number 1 left tackle in the nation. Ooh, jumped very high on his board. He must really want to come here. With only one of the teams recruiting him for some reason. So because of that, we're not going to put that many hours into him, but we'll contact friends and family. Next, far and away #1 on his board as well. So we'll do the same thing, contact friends and family. And this left guard, #1 on his board, same here, 25. Next, Mr. Stick, only team recruiting him. So we'll go with just 10 and 5 right now. This DT, not on his board. Don't necessarily need a DT like that bad, but I do have 3 on the board. So as long as I get one of these guys, I'll be okay. So I'll just contact friends and family for this because we're not on his board. And if we're not on his board next week, we'll leave him alone. Not on his board either. So we'll do the same thing here. Contact friends and family. And next, we'll send the house on him since we're actually competing with Georgia. So we'll send the house. All right, Mr. I Clap. All right, see what we're gonna do with you, man. He just had scholarships from CPU teams, so maybe we can scoop this guy up. So we'll add 25 and 10. See if we get on his board. Okay, this center, the other center we were #1 for, right? So I'll put a little bit into him, and then we'll see. We'll see if he adds us to the board. If not, I think we'll be okay. All right, the strong safety. I don't usually really recruit strong safeties, but I decided, hey, maybe I'll try it out this year. But I actually may not recruit this guy because I can just easily put one of them run stopping middle linebackers and put him at safety because they're usually faster anyway. So I may just do that. But I'll put some hours into him, see if we get on this board. All right, and all these people were just backup plans. So since we have the extra hours and these guys are just backup plans, hey, we'll max out some of these hours, especially for these top recruits. So let's see if we can get on his board at 25. Those are already maxed out. Woods at 25. All right, I'll go 50 here. Okay. Anybody else I want to add hours to? Let's mostly add hours to the guys that I'm not sure if I'm gonna get. So I'll make that send the house. I add more to the gym. Yeah, I'm gonna take this strong safety off the board. Yeah, I'll be okay. So even more hours to allocate. Send the house on him. And I feel like I got so many hours to work with now that I'm a 5-star prestige team. Those extra 100 hours, it's crazy. Oh yeah, let me prioritize him because he has platinum quick jump. Let me max them hours out. Give him 5 more. Let's see. Where's that 95 speed guy? Okay. Are his hours maxed out? No. Let me max them out. 95 speed middle linebacker as a freshman, bro. That is absolutely wild, man. I hope I get him. All right. Who else want to put these hours into? We'll add 25 more here. I'm gonna go 25 more here. All right. Who these last 15? I'll go to. Give you 5 more. Give you 5 more. Anybody else need 5 more? We'll give you 5 more. All right. There it is. Got the board set. So we should be okay. A couple people in my league already have commits. As you see, why does Georgia have 9 commits already? All these instant commits, bro. That is crazy. That's usually how it starts anyway at the beginning of the season because I don't have any of those coaching abilities for the instant commits or nothing like that because I don't feel like those are worth all the points you have to put into them. As you can see from my previous videos from the previous seasons, I end up #1 at the end of the season. So I don't really care about getting those instant commits because I'll get the guys that I want. It'll just take a little time. But that's a very great start for Georgia. That's crazy. They about to instant commit 5-star and then all those 4 stars. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you liked the video, give me a like, leave me some comments, And my Twitch will be linked in the description below if you want to follow me and prepare for my games next week. Let me just show you my schedule really quick. Well, starting off against Florida, then going to LSU, then we got a CPU game against Virginia. Then that's the game I've been waiting on. USC. I haven't beaten USC yet. He knocked me out of the playoffs last season, so I'm ready to get that rematch, and I'm ready to finally beat USC. So we gonna see. Then we got Ohio State, Miami, Tennessee, and then ending off the season with the Iron Bowl at Bama. So y'all tune in for those games, man. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll let you next time.